Back here on Texas Football Today, I'm Greg, that's Ashley. And Pickle, let's go to the hotline. We are pleased to go down to Corpus Christi to talk to the head coach of the 6-0 Corpus Christi Flower Bluff Hornets. We're joined by Coach Clynt Elwood. Coach, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. Thanks for reaching out.
Absolutely. How are things in Corpus Christi?
Sir?
How are things in Corpus Christi?
Oh, going well. Our guys are working hard, and we've been real fortunate this season, but trying to stay healthy and trying to do things right.
Well, you guys are doing everything right these days. You guys are 6-0 to start the year with a big win on the road this week at Weslaco East, a real critical game there. Is a matchup of unbeatens. I am curious. You guys are 6-0. I think Weslaco East, when I look at the teams you've played, was at least one of your biggest challenges to date. What do you feel like maybe you learned about your ball club this past week against Weslaco East?
Yes, sir. Well, we talked about how important each game is, and they understood how good Wesco East is, and they are. They're very well coached. But we told them to, they always got to be ready for. We get everyone's best every week, so the expectations don't change. But we understand that we're fortunate to be in this position. So keeping it, during the week, we tell them that. We're scoring points during the week and keeping points off the board defensively during the week, and then Friday. It should be the time where it comes all together, but they've been working their tails off.
You guys also, I think it's worth mentioning, you guys were road warriors in this one. For those who are unfamiliar with the geography of Texas, Corpus Christi and the Rio Grande Valley, not close. So how do you feel like your guys handled the travel aspect of it well? Because that's a bit of a haul for you guys.
It is, and we talk about it all week long, and so it's not something that we just throw on them, and we tell them about the process. And our coaches are very, very organized, and we try to run the program with as much organization as we can, and with the expectations at the very top. So we're always talking about these kind of things and how we use them to as a strength instead of as a distraction or weakness.
Clynt Elwood, the head coach of the Flower Bluff Hornets, here joining us on Texas Football Today. Coach, I want to ask you about your role here with Flower Bluff. You're a longtime assistant there under Coach Chris Steinbrook. He retires in the offseason. You take over as the head coach. This is a program that's been going pretty well. This wasn't a fixer-upper. And so I'm curious how you kind of balance taking over a program that's in a good shape while also still kind of putting your own stamp on the program. How have you kind of managed all of that?
Yes, sir. Well, it's like everybody says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So this is my 16th year here. And so I'm just taking everything that I've learned from Coach Steinbrook and then Coach Anders before him and taking all those positives and all those traditions and keeping those at the forefront, and then looking at what we got and what we have coming up from our sub-varsities and all the way down to junior high. And we're just constantly making adjustments for making sure that we're doing things that put our guys in the best position to win ball games and positions on the field and all that good stuff.
The guy that I think it's fair to say everybody wants to talk about is your quarterback, Jaden Pelucio, who's just been absolutely spectacular to start the year. 24 touchdowns against just 3 interceptions. Completing more than 77% of his passes. This is a guy that when we get highlights in, they're always a joy to watch. But you're the guy who knows him best. You're the guy who coaches him every day. What is it about Jaden Pelucio that really sets him apart?
Well, first of all, his work ethic is unbelievable. He's a student of the game, and so he goes home and he does a lot of homework as it is, and so he's able to be like another coach on the field, and it's important to him, and he loves what he does. And then also, he's got a lot of experience. He's been on varsity since his freshman year. And so Nash Villegas was a quarterback in front of him, and so he learned a lot from Nash. And then having the experience of being able to be part of fortunately, we've been able to get in the playoffs every year and make a good run. And so him and a handful of others coming into their senior season, they've had so many playoff games that they've maxed out as if their senior season hadn't been done, so having a chance to play in so many postseason games, that has helped with his experience as a quarterback, and then understanding our offense coordinator, Coach Brian Baker, does a wonderful job offensively. And so being on the same page with Coach Baker, once again, he's like a coach on the field. He understands the adjustments and does really well. So his football IQ is through the roof, and everyone loves to rally around that guy.
The other side of the ball, it ain't exactly chopped liver either. This is a team, last year, you guys were a good defensive team, giving up about 22.5 points per game. You guys are giving up 12 points a game, and you've faced some pretty high-powered offenses and kind of, held them in check. What have you seen from your defense so far during the 6-0 start that has you most encouraged?
Flying around to the football. So we always talk about, understanding your role on defense, and we try to up their football IQ as well. But one thing we always look at, and what we do weekly, is we look for those who are flying to the football versus loafs, and we keep track of that every day in practice. So if they're not around the football by the time the whistle blows, then they know they're going to hear it from us, because the more we surround the football with as many guys as we can, and we get there with bad intentions, and so harping on getting to the football no matter what, it just allows us to play better. And our defensive line played really good the other night. They were flying sideline to sideline. So with them understanding that being a good defense is more than just looking the part, they have to multiply themselves, and we want the opposing team to feel like we're playing with 13 guys just based on their effort.
And finally, Coach, I learned long ago that you don't call them bye weeks, you don't call them off weeks. They're just open dates, because I know there's work to do in your open date. You guys will not play this week. It's probably the best way, the best way I could put it, to keep the fewest number of coaches mad at me for saying it. What are you guys hoping to accomplish this week, knowing that the work doesn't stop? It's just a break in the action.
That's right. We're going back to boot camp days. And so what we did in the spring is we have our boot camp, our champ camp. And so we treat this week just like that. We're 1,000% dialed in on getting better. And our coaches watch all the film and all the good stuff. We had a bunch of a couple staff meetings going into this week. And we know where our flaws are right now. So we're attacking this as if we were going through boot camp, and just to make sure those kids understand that this is an opportunity for us to keep getting better and take every advantage that we can. Take the time this week to make sure that we fix whatever we have to fix.
He's Clynt Elwood. He's the head coach of the undefeated 6-0 Corpus Christi Flower Bluff Hornets. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the fantastic start, and looking forward to seeing what you guys do in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, bud. You have a great day.
Absolutely. You as well. There he goes. Clynt Elwood, head coach. Corpus Christi Flower Bluff, joining us here live, Texas Football Today.